it's Ashlyn. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing you the jaw makeup look that I posted on Instagram that people seem to have really liked. So this is how I did it. I first just put on some foundation. It's okay if it's too light or too dark for you because it's costume makeup and you can contour and highlight to make it your perfect shade anyways. So I'm taking a white eyeliner just to map out the overall shape of my jaw, how high I want it on my face and how low I want it on my neck. And I use a white liner so that I can easily rub out mistakes such as this one. If you use a black right away, it'll be so much harder to remap out any shape that you've made a mistake on. And now I'm taking my black one and just going on the inside perimeter of the white line so that it starts adding dimension, and also just mapping out where I want the bottom of my jaw to be, where the chin is. Now I'm taking my Naked 2 Urban Decay palette and taking Blackout, which is the black shadow, and starting to blend out that bottom line. Because that is the bottom jaw, I want there to be shading so it looks as 3D as possible. And this was just so awkward. I've never had to shade like my neck before with an eyeshadow brush. So blending is key. I feel like I could have blended a little bit more looking back at this look, but I don't know, I just did my best. So now I'm taking this Revlon lipstick in the shade 720 Fire and Ice, and I'm just using it on a lipstick disposable brush just to apply to the upper part of my fake mouth where I want the top gums to be. And also I'm just putting a little bit on the center of my neck, kind of where my Adam's apple is, just so that I know where the tongue is going to be of my fake mouth. And now we're just back in with that white eyeliner pencil. This one's by Wet n Wild, and it's their white kohl eyeliner pencil. Super inexpensive, I love it, it's super creamy and pigmented. But I'm just gonna start using that pencil to draw out the shape of the teeth and just start mapping it out so I know where my teeth are gonna be. So I'm doing that on the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to define everything with the black eyeliner again. It's also really good to do this so that when you fill in the entire mouth with black, you won't have to go so close to the white and risk ruining the white work that you've done. And also I'm just taking a darker lip liner and adding some dimension to the gums, and also putting some white highlights on the gums so it looks a little bit more 3D. And then continuing to add the black around the teeth and around the gums and between the teeth. So next I'm taking any black makeup that I have just to fill in the gaps. So I like to use the tiny eyeliner between the teeth to be more precise and not mess up the teeth shapes. And then I used NYX's Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Black Bean to do the bulk of all the shading and the darkening. So I just put a lot of that on my neck and blended it out with my fingers, and then went back in with either eyeshadow on a tiny brush or the little black eyeliner to get really precise in between the teeth and to sharpen all the lines. And then going into NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk, which is just a plain matte white, I am brightening up the teeth and coloring them in to make them super contrasting to the black shadows that we have put down. I love it grows with them. And then of course, just to get even more detailed and to fill out the edges of the teeth, I'm using a white eyeliner pencil so that I can get really precise and really close to the black, but not mixing it together. And I do recommend you wipe your white utensils between applications so that you don't smear around color and transfer pink or gray onto your teeth. And now for the nose, I wanted to make my nostrils look a little bit bigger and more, I guess, shapely. So I decided to go for kind of like a skull effect kind of nose. And so I made my nostrils into a triangular shape and then just dragged the pencil straight up to add a little bit of interest. And now to contour, I'm taking this Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 30 Cafe and putting that into my contour areas. So high on my cheekbones because I want to emphasize my cheekbones and make them look super, super structured, and then on my forehead as well, and then just blending everything out with a blending brush. And of course, just to set everything, I'm taking a little bit of Coty Airspun powder and putting that on the areas that I've contoured Now, because I want to balance out my brows with my mouth, I don't want the top of my head to look super unbalanced and blank, I'm taking black eyeshadow on a eyebrow brush and just filling in my brows. And I'm making them extra dramatic and extra long and extra curved just so that they look super costume-like and so that they kind of give off the same sort of effect as the teeth and can balance out my face a bit.
We got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain.
Now I'm going back into the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Black Bean and putting that all over my eyelid as a base, and then taking some Scotch tape just to put on the edge of my eyes just to catch any fallout and also to sharpen up the eye look and make a nice wing. And then this way I can also be super messy with my eyeshadow. So as you can see, I'm just throwing on eyeshadow from my Tartelette in Bloom palette, and I'm just mixing together all of the dark shades and just slapping it onto my eyelid and blending it up with the lighter transition shades just so that I get a really nice gradient and it all looks super smoky and fierce. Yeah, so then I just took a lighter shade and put that underneath my brow bone, and that also helps blend everything out. And then taking another cleaner brush, I'm just going to go in towards my nose and also using Hoola bronzer to contour it and look extra sculpted. So I'm just putting it where I put down the cream contour and yeah, setting it with Hoola bronzer. So this is going to also help your contour last all day because you're setting all the cream products. And I just had to shade, and of course I just shaved. Oh my god, I didn't shave, I shaded. And of course I just had to shade a little bit, yeah, whatever. And then I have to also balance out the top and lower lashes, so I'm putting a little bit of black shadow onto my lower lash line just to define that. And then to clean up underneath the eyes and also brighten the center of my face, I'm putting on some Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 20 Sand, and setting that with loose powder to make sure it lasts all day and doesn't crease. And then just any touch-ups that you have to do now. I also combed up my brows, and of course you can't be a glam zombie looking thing without a highlight. So I'm taking Mary Luminizer and putting that onto my cheekbones and brow bone, and I am not going light-handed at all. I want this to shine and be super, super dramatic. Yay, and now finally it's time for eyelashes. This part's totally optional, but I just wanted to go the extra little mile. So I'm taking velour lash glue onto some random eyelashes. You can be as dramatic or as natural as you want, but I just figured like we've gone this far, we might as well just go full out. And that's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at Finesse by Ashlyn. Bye!